dust storms, flooding rain, cyclones on the forecast, or just blazing hot sun. Is that open boat getting a little bit old for you? Do you want some all-round weather protection? Well, then this is the boat for you. I'm Dan Jones. We're from the Boat Brokerage. This is an Axopar 28 cabin. We're gonna go for a walkthrough. Doesn't matter if it's the blazing hot sun or freezing cold wind. It's kind of nice to be able to get out of the weather. In the same breath, it's also kind of nice to enjoy it. You can do that on one of these Axopar 28 cabins. This is one of the Series 2s. It's actually the first one to hit the market here in Australia. I'm here on the inside of the boat, and whilst it's an overcast day, it's quite warm. We have the roof open. So I don't know if you can see just there, the entire roof opens, lets plenty of air flow through, and both doors on either side slide fore and aft. What you find yourself doing on a hot summer's day like today, we're going to have everything open, zip along, and we're really only going to close the roof when we want to get out of the sun or if we want to escape some rain. On a cold day, or if you've even just got a cold breeze, you might just close the windward door just to secure yourself from that cold breeze and still have a bit of airflow on the leeward side. So that's just one of the options that you have on this style of boat, and really at no great sacrifice. You've got fantastic visibility all the way around and really good usable interior space, which I'm going to show you. Like all Axopars, the Helm is very sensibly laid out. It's laid out for functionality. Obviously it's good looking, but it's a functional boat. So you have an area up here to put your phones. We've got our SIMRAD screen just here. You have facility to put more screens if you so desire. We've got all the boat systems from lights to horns and windscreen wipers on these buttons along here. An electric spotlight here. Here's operation for the anchor windlass, digital throttle, power steering, trim tabs. That's an intuitive control, that joystick, very easy as opposed to the traditional buttons. Bow thruster just here, Garmin VHF and Fusion stereo with speakers all around. We have a little phone charging station just in here, which is very sensible. So when your guests get on board, tell them to chuck the phones that need charging in that little area there, and there's a couple of pockets behind each seat and a few pockets here for fully charged devices and wallets and other bits and pieces. These seats, fully adjustable, they go forward, they go aft, they spin around the other way, and they've also hide a couple of handy features. So on this side, got two latches to secure them. On starboard, we got a cold water sink, and on port we have an electric fridge. So as you can see, high enough to put your moe and other bits and pieces, and can all lock away neatly when you decide to get underway. This is the cabin version. Now when I say cabin version, I mean this area is a cabin, but it also has a sleeping cabin. So just down here, I'll lose the shoes and show you what this is all about. There you go. I'm 5'7". I've got plenty of customers over 6 feet and they still sleep down here. I've got a large hatch opening aft, a small hatch opening forward, 2 windows for light just here. I do have LED downlights. I've got a little storage area on port and starboard for your phone. Switch just there, charging for your phone, and the boat's main switch panel here, and a couple of Venetian blinds for privacy. So look, everything you need and nothing you don't. This also doubles as the guest's bag area. So when you start the day, everyone will throw their bags down here. You can see the owner is also storing the bow sun lounge cushion here, which actually has its own storage area up the front, but we'll get to that. So come with me and we're going to show you I'll go around this side, the back of the boat. So you can kind of visualize this boat as having a number of different zones. The transom would be one, the middle of the boat would be another, and the bow, the third zone. And they can all work somewhat independently of one another. So if you're hanging out with your mates for the day and they bring their noisy kids, you can actually just throw them out the back here whilst you all have fun up the front is what I'm trying to say. This lounge, 2 inches of foam, got a backrest just here. Really, really good spot for extra guests that don't fit in the cabin to sit whilst underway. So whilst you can get 3 to 4 people along the back seat, 2 on the driver and passenger seat, you can get another 2 people out here if you are a little bit overloaded. And then when you're socialising, people can sit around like I am here. You can use the ski pole, which is obviously for towing biscuits and water skiers, but you can use that as a bit of a handhold. And this boat has been fitted out with the fishing pack. So we've got rod holders, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 6 rods. We also have a 4G Simrad radar. This is the VHF area, which we already saw. And this is the spotlight, which I pointed out on the dash as well. She's been fitted with a Mercury 350, this one. So this is the biggest horsepower that you can fit on one of these boats. And, oh no, I tell a lie, you can actually fit a 400. But nobody's really doing that. Most people are going with the 350s. That's giving you a cruising speed of between 28 and 31 knots and a top speed, depending on how you're loaded, in the low 40s. These lockers here, Fender Locker on starboard, same thing on port, which also doubles as an esky. Loaded up with ice, and you can get a couple of cases worth of drinks in there, no problems. We got our flag holder removable on port. We have a cold pull-out shower as well on port. Come with me to the front and we'll check out the other zone. So this is what it's all about. Super comfortable backrests, nice padded foam, and this also can turn into one big bed. This is one of my favourite spots on an Axopar because you can just laze away and read your book and fall asleep, and that's what it's all about. I don't have it in place, but the lunch table actually sits up at about this height, and you can seat 4 people around for lunch, and then that can also drop down with some shorter legs and convert into that sun lounge. Then if it is too sunny, there is a sunshade which clips 2 big stainless poles, one in here, they don't clip, they slide in, and the other one there. And then with 4 clips there and there, we have a large sunshade which protects the whole bow. Under here, no storage, that's just access to utilities, bow thrusters and the like. And the most important thing for the ladies is the loo. And this one's electric, which they're not all on the Axopars, so that just gives one more level of simplicity for your mates who don't know boats. I got a couple other customers who said these anchor windlass, electric anchor windlasses, have saved their marriage. So I'm not married, I wouldn't know, but apparently it's good for that. So this one has that. It's got a few meters of chain and plenty of road. It's a stress-free anchor windlass, so it's a drum windlass. It's all on the same drum. Therefore, you can just feed out all the chain and it goes straight to rope. Super simple. We anchored, and we'll cut to a shot of that pretty soon so you can see how easy it is. Another thing I really like about the design of these boats is that we have a rubbing fender all the way around the boat. It just makes it really easy for pulling up to docks, rafting up with friends, picking up people from the fish and chip shop. All that sort of stuff is just really doable on an Axopar. This is the kind of boat that you're going to be comfortable, protected, warm or cool depending on the conditions you're driving through, and you're just going to have a good day. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. I'm Dan Jones. Look forward to seeing you on the next one.